Sadguru Sharanam, what's the difference between rather than and instead of? In this video, we are going to clear all the doubts regarding the use of these two very important words. Actually, both are similar in meanings. In fact, if you Google, you can find rather than as a synonym of instead of. And what's the confusion? There is a slight difference in the context in which these two words are used. So, welcome to English Guru's brand new episode. I'm Ashalada Srijit. So, please subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a like and don't forget to share and comment. Now, let's see what's the meaning of rather than and how it is used. Rather than is used to show your preference. I don't like this, I like that. When you want to express what you like better than something else, your choice, then you have to use rather than. Suppose your friend is asking you, what do we do today evening? Eat out or watch a movie? Then you can say, I prefer to eat out rather than watch a movie. It shows your preference. Now imagine, one of your common friends called. She wanted to give you a surprise. And what was the surprise? She had booked 2 tickets for you too. Naturally, you are now compelled to go with her to watch a cinema. In that case, it's not your choice, but the situations came so that you had to go to the cinema. Then you can use instead of, because instead of is used to replace something with something. Then you can say, we are going to watch a movie tonight instead of eating out. You are in a bakery and your mom asks, you want chocolate or cake? If you prefer chocolate, you can say, I prefer chocolate rather than cake. But there was no cake in the bakery. Then you can say, I ate chocolate instead of cake. Another example, go to the park or stay home. Naturally, go to the park. Then you can say, I prefer to go to the park rather than stay home. But what happened? It started raining, so you had to stay home. Then you can say, I stayed at home instead of going to the park because it was raining yesterday. So what's the basic difference that you understood from all these examples? Rather than shows what you like or what you wanted, but instead of shows what really happened, not what you liked or what you wanted. That's a basic difference in using these two words. But native speakers often use these words interchangeably. And rather than is a bit formal, whereas instead of is casual. I'll give you 2 choices. You have to frame 2 sentences using rather than and instead of. Noodles or fried rice. Frame sentences now itself and put it in the comment box. One is to show your choice and the other one is to show what you got really. As far as communication is concerned, this much is enough. You just practice these type of sentences and it is going to be very easy for you when you want to express these ideas. Okay. But from examination point of view, you have to understand the grammatical structure of using these two words. There's a slight difference in the sentence structure when using instead of and rather than. So learning these grammar rules will help you when you appear for competitive exams and for your board exams. Who knows, maybe this one correct answer will gain you a job. Now look at this sentence. I prefer to write rather than phone. Or you can say, I prefer to write rather than phoning. Here the main clause has to infinitive. That is to write. When a verb comes with to, we call it to infinitive. To eat, to go, to ride, to come. When to infinitive comes in the main clause, rather than should be followed by an infinitive without to. Or you can use ing form of the verb. So I prefer to write rather than phone. Here phone is a verb. Note that. Or you can say I prefer to write rather than phoning. The next rule is rather than is generally used in parallel structures. See the examples. I prefer Ram rather than Roshan. Here you can see two nouns, Ram and Roshan. The word before rather than is a noun, so the word after rather than should also be a noun. I prefer her rather than him. So here you can see two pronouns, her and him. You cannot say I prefer her rather than Roshan. You have to say I prefer her rather than him. Roshan is a proper noun, so it's wrong. So parallel structure is very important. Her, him. I prefer yellow rather than black. So here yellow and black are adjectives. Again, parallel structure. And now one more example with to infinitive. That is, I prefer to wait rather than hurry. So here, to wait should be followed by infinitive without to. I prefer waiting rather than hurrying. Here, before rather than ing form of the word waiting. So after rather than we have to use ing form. That's why we use hurrying. So what's the rule? Rather than is generally used with parallel structures, two nouns, two pronouns, two adjectives, two ing forms. Okay. Now let's move on to instead of. Instead of is totally different from instead. Instead of is a preposition, whereas instead is an adverb. So never use instead of instead of. Think about what I said now. I repeat, don't use instead of instead of. We will discuss about instead and instead of in the coming video. So hope you like this video. If you find this video to be useful, please comment and let me know what's your opinion. I also expect your suggestions. Please suggest some topics so that I can make videos on that. So see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Sadhguru Sharanam.